Good day, everybody. It is currently the early morning hours of the 1st of November 2012. Still in the evening, though, here in India, where we are seeing the cyclonic storm Nilam push on shore just south of Chennai, which is right in this area, and that is just this big bulk of convection. Actually, winds likely, especially inside that right front quadrant of the storm system, upwards of 100 kilometers per hour, even about a 1 to 2 meter high storm surge could be seen in some areas. See this inlet just towards the north of Chennai. Well, that area very well is going to be seeing some rather significant storm surges. That's where you could be seeing the up to 2 meters. I know that also some areas have seen some significant rain totals adding up to about 180 millimeters in some regions down here towards the south and also northern Sri Lanka. I would not be surprised if where you see this big bulk of moisture pumping onshore on the Bay of Bengal side of India here could add up to about 200, even 300 millimeters in the next 24 hours in some locations here as the storm continues to linger and then pushes off there towards the east. But you get a fairly organized storm here on the visible satellite imagery. You have that great inflow coming in from the west, or bad inflow. Also from the east, very warm waters out here, and then the center of circulation. Ill-defined eye at this time, actually not really much of one here, but there is just a very large bulk of thunderstorm activity down along the southern portions of India here. Now what's next very well could move across the plateau and out there towards the west. And could it reform back out in the Indian Ocean? Well, this time, my personal thoughts, unlikely. This is from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Just going to show you this first. Moving on shore just south of Chennai here. Moving across Hyderabad, you're likely going to see some very heavy rain showers. Flooding is going to be high at risk as the storm continues on its track towards the west. Showing the India Meteorological Department forecasted track on this. They did officially say at 11:30 UTC or 16:30 local time here in India, you did see landfall of this storm after it moved onshore just south of Chennai, now continuing that westerly track. Let's take a look at what the models are showing, what's going to be happening over the next 24 hours, and how much rain is going to be falling for you. And at this time, it does at least look like after it moves onshore in the next 12 hours, going into Thursday afternoon, very rapidly dissipating out here, but nonetheless, it is far enough south here, it's still going to pull in moisture from the west and from the east. Once again, like I said just a moment ago, 200 to 300 millimeters in the next 24 hours in some areas very well could occur, especially near the coastlines. With that said, flooding is definitely high at risk. Plus, I've seen some video earlier on today of some very rough waves near the coastlines, so you don't want to be venturing out there. I know most fishermen have been told not to go out into the ocean. A lot of people are actually heeding that warning, but then we always hear of 1 or 2 people who just think they can get out there before everybody else, and it usually comes back to bite them. Which is why I always recommend play it safe. And you can see here on the wave heights, actually the east coast continuing to get really tossed about here, and then over towards the west coast in the latter part of the model run. So always play safe. Just a few dollars is definitely not worth anybody's lives out here. And with that said, anybody who plans on venturing out to the coastlines, I think that's kind of foolish at this time too. Still seeing the storm system come ashore. This is from the Thailand Meteorological Department. Their extended surface analysis, not just in India here, but all the way out there towards the east. One thing that I do want to note, though, is you have the Siberian high off here towards the north. Northeast monsoon starting to kick in at this time. That's why it's so dry across northern India for people who are not from this region. You're wondering why clear skies really dominate northern portions here when the northeast monsoon is in. And that's why the storm really kind of staying on this westerly track, basically off there towards the Indian Ocean on the western portions of India. That's going to keep it down there towards the south. So if you did want rain off towards the north, not going to happen at all. Really, this is going to act like a buffer. So once again, though, please stay safe out there with this storm system, everybody. If you have any questions or comments on it, please let me know. Also, if you have any photos or videos on this particular storm, please share them with us here at Western Pacific Weather. Always appreciate the feedback. What you're looking at right here, though, is microwave imagery just showing this bulk of convection continuing to push across here. If anything, India's saying there was an eye, this would be it. Maybe just prior to landfall, very weak one. But really, what I want you to take from this, It's just that big bulk of thunderstorm activity still lingering in the region. Still going to be seeing thunderstorms throughout the overnight hours. Gusty winds very well could be damaging out across this area. Do stay outside, hunker down, and wait for the storm system to pass. I would not be surprised if there are some significant power outages tomorrow across much of southern India there. So please stay safe once again. Let's take a look at the rest of the Western Pacific and Eastern Asia. A developing front just towards the east of Japan brings some cloud cover here, but you see there's a low actually just towards the west. That is going to bring some rain showers and thunderstorm activity towards the west coast of Japan on your Thursday afternoon, going through the evening hours. Also, way off here towards the north in the Mongolia. Actually, should be using a blue color because it does look like a big cold front's going to be diving down. Mongolia is high on Friday. Just want to quickly mention this. -7 Celsius. Exceptionally cold for you. Do stay warm. As far as the tropics, though, not too much going on down here. Really still looking rather quiet. But by maybe mid-November, long range are saying that there is a potential for some sort of development out across the tropics, at least from the global hazards outlook here from NOAA. It is saying that above average rainfall very well could occur across portions of the southern Philippines, even out there towards the Indian Ocean, and including Malaysia and Thailand and Singapore. Speaking of Singapore, please click the link down below. There's an absolutely interesting and just incredible video coming out of Singapore today of some exceptional flooding, so please do go check that out. But that is all for right now, everybody. Once again, thanks for watching. Please stay safe out. And as always, I am Robert Speta. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, or follow us at Western Pacific Weather on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.